Join Pharmacodynamics' Circle of Trust and save up to 50% on your medicine. Pharmacodynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.
Spring has sprung, and so too have all the allergies. Pollen, grass, dust and pet hair allergy flare-ups increase dramatically as the season changes, and weather provokes an increased amount of these allergens in the air. Dr. Mike Levin joins us now to explain more.
Why all the hype around springtime and the increased incidence of allergies?
Well, during the springtime, there's a lot more pollen in the air. And pollen is one of the things that people could be allergic to. But pollen has a specific seasonal peak, which usually starts at springtime, but could extend for a varying amount of period of time, depending on exactly what is pollinating. So some of these seasonal allergens actually last for a very, very long time, and are not only in the springtime, they can be almost persistent allergens throughout the entire year.
And is there a difference between the symptomatology of seasonal allergies versus persistent allergies?
Pollens that have a very short season, or anything that you're exposed to for a short period of time, whether it be a pollen or a cat or a dog, can cause different kinds of reactions. The first kind of reaction is the reaction you get on short level exposure, and that causes what we call intermittent allergic rhinitis, where the symptoms are predominantly that of itchiness, sneezing, running of the nose. If you have a longer exposure, you get what we refer to as persistent allergic rhinitis, and usually the symptoms there change slightly to include blockage and all the side effects of having allergic rhinitis for a long time, such as ear infections, headaches, difficulty sleeping and therefore poor concentrating, and even poor work performance or school performance.
So what can we advise viewers on how to prevent these allergies?
So for people with allergic rhinitis, it's important to know what your triggers are so that you can try and avoid it. And it's important to know what the best treatment would be for your form of allergy. In terms of treatment, if you have the more acute intermittent allergic rhinitis, which is just the itchy, sneezy, runny symptoms, and it's not majorly affecting your quality of life for a long time period, then you can use oral antihistamines to take away those symptoms. For persistent allergic rhinitis, unfortunately, the antihistamines on their own are not going to be sufficient treatment. So along with the antihistamines, as soon as there's any blockage as a predominant symptom, or the symptoms are chronic or are causing problems with that person's quality of life, you need to add an intranasal corticosteroid spray. I want to stress that those are free of side effects, but that the injections and the pills, which are still often prescribed for allergic rhinitis, should not be used long-term for people with this condition at all.
What is the value of the allergy prevention injection that some people take before the spring season?
The preventing injection, which is a depot injection of steroids, will be very effective for that person in stopping the allergic rhinitis from even happening in the first place, but at the cost of really severe side effects, including problems with growth, problems with bone density, problems with mood. So they really are not to be used except really as an extremely, extremely last resort.
Are there any new developments in the treatment of allergies?
Absolutely. So there's something very exciting, which is actually not new. It's over 100 years old, but is becoming much more common practice, and that is immunotherapy. So immunotherapy comprises, instead of avoiding your allergen, actually giving the allergen to the person in increasing doses in order to take away their sensitization completely. In fact, this is the only cure for people with allergies. It comes in two forms. There's an injection immunotherapy, which is given as an injection under the skin, and there's an even newer and more convenient form of immunotherapy, which is giving drops of medication under the tongue every day for 2 to 3 years, and at the end of that time period, you usually have a significant reduction in the symptoms due to your allergic rhinitis, as well as in the number and amount of medication that you need to take in order to have an acceptable level of control.
Join Pharmacodynamics' Circle of Trust and save up to 50% on your medicine. Pharmacodynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.